Chris Voss here from the Chris Voss Show.com. The Chris Voss Show.com. Hey, and I'm here today with Jon Nimble, the CEO of, I'm here with Jon Ferrara, the CEO of Nimble. I like to call him Jon Nimble because he's with Nimble.
How about Johnny Nimble?
I'm gonna leave now, Jon, just to have fun with the show. I fucking suck.
All right, I'm taking over here. This is the new Chris Voss. It's wilder. It's badasser.
But I'm so excited, Jon, because this is actually the first podcast I've done in the new house, in the new studio. So you are the real guest, as it were. And I was just so excited. I just kind of with the announcing Jon.
Well, I like how you started this morning. You said, Jon, I'm in the mood.
I'm in the mood.
In the mood. And
I knew I wanted to do a podcast.
Bonnie Ray.
I knew I wanted to do a podcast. I just didn't know. I started writing everybody. I'm like, hey, you want to do a podcast? They're like, we're still asleep. I'm like, I'm in the mood. I want to do a podcast. And the great thing about the podcast, Nimble has this new plugin, this extension. Well, it's an advancement of the original plugin that you guys had. So tell us about Nimble. And for those who don't know, we'll just pretend like no one of us know what it is for new viewers. And then this new Chrome extension there, Jon.
Well, Chris, let's start out with just talking about what I think is critical to all of our success in life. It's the people we surround ourselves with. Ultimately, your network is your net worth. And your ability to effectively identify people that matter, to reach out and authentically and relevantly connect with them, to stay connected, to build a mutually beneficial relationship. So when that person thinks about you or your products or services, they not only think of you, but they bring their friends. This is old-fashioned business. It'll never go away. Today they talk about social and social business. Business has always been social. People buy from people they like, and they like people who know them. And so in the old days, we got to know people by going in their office and looking at their walls, looking at the books they read, the school they went to, the knickknacks they collect. And we shared with them what we had in common to earn the intimacy and trust to get them to open up to us about their business issues, which as a professional, we can then solve. So I got in this journey of relationship management back when I was 29 years old because I couldn't find a relationship manager that would not only help me manage relationships, but my whole team manage them too. And I was too young and dumb to know any better. I created a product called Goldmine that effectively was the pioneer of contact management, Salesforce automation, customer relationship management, and market automation. And I rode that horse for 10 years, and I took 10 years off and raised 3 babies. I'm back, Jack, because I think CRMs suck. The dirty little secret is that you have to force salespeople to use them. That's why they call it Salesforce.
Yes.
The reality is there's 225 million global businesses and less than 3% use a CRM. The reason why is they don't do anything for you. You serve it. They should call it customer reporting management, not customer relationship management. Your relationship manager is your inbox. Outlook, address book, and Google Contacts is where you all live. Now, more and more, your contacts and your communications aren't just in there. They're in Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, Foursquare, Google+, Quora, wherever they're having conversations. And it's your job to get involved in your customer conversation, to set yourself up as a trusted advisor. So when they think of your products or services, they think of you. And newsletters don't work. The yellow pages don't work. Advertising doesn't work. What you need to do is you need to teach people to fish and figure out yourself fishing poles. So ultimately, how do you manage relationships today? It's effing hard, isn't it, Chris?
It is. It's definitely hard. It's frenetic, crazy, insane. It's everywhere in every place. Everyone's everywhere in every place.
That's it. That's the secret. That's the dirty little secret about CRMs. Nobody goes to them. That's why the #1 selling app in the Salesforce App Exchange is a plugin for Gmail that allows you to view and edit Salesforce records, because you got to feed the beast so management gets off your back. So let's talk about the heart of relationships. It's contacts, calendar, and communication. That's the heart of business. You communicate with people via email to drive appointments that result in some sort of a mutually beneficial business outcome. Today, your contacts, your calendar, and communications aren't linked. That means if you go to Google Contacts, you don't have context. Who the person is, what has happened, who's done it, what needs to happen, who's going to do it. Your emails and your calendar and your contacts aren't linked. And if they're not linked, then you don't have context. That's context. Plus, you need insights. Who is the person? What is their company about? Because it's your job to understand who somebody is and what their business is about so you can figure out how you might serve them. And you need to do that before you meet with them. So what you do is you Google them, you look them up, and it's too much work. And even if you did look them up and log that in the database, it would decay like fish over time. Data gets old. So I built Nimble to automatically build the CRM for you. So Nimble is the first CRM that works for you by building itself from the data you have, email, calendar, and social, and your contacts from all the places they are. But what I'm here today to talk about is now you can take them with you everywhere you work. And we call that Nimble Everywhere, because you don't want to go to your CRM, you don't want to go to your contact manager to look people up and log what you do. It should go everywhere you work. And we introduced this idea a year ago with a simple plug-in to Gmail and Outlook. Now what we've got is a smart contact app that instantly builds profiles on people and companies everywhere you are. So you simply hover and discover to click and connect. We've taken the work out of relationships and made it fun and easy to understand who somebody is, what their business is about, add them to your database or view the record that's already there and take action to win business.
And they can go to nimble.com. I should probably point out nimble.com, see the CRM. And yeah, it works great with I've used it a long time, a couple of years now, I think, with my Gmail, where it's integrated down the side. It's even really smart where it asks me, is the Twitter account for XYZ that you're talking to on email? And you can go, oh yeah, that's the Twitter account. And you can basically build a dossier of the contact and know where different social media things are, what they're talking about, what they're discussing, and everything else. So it integrates quite. You really have to be on nimble.com to see those integrations and communications. And then I get a daily email every day from Nimble that says, here's what's going on with your network. Here's what they're talking about. Here's how they're interacting with you.
Yeah, I think that's what's great about Nimble is it mines the data you already have in your business, the contacts, the conversations, the activities that you and your team are doing with the people that matter around your business. And then it surfaces the key opportunities for engagement and helps you all be on one page. Chris, I think the mistake that most people make is they think that they need to buy a CRM to give to their salespeople to engage their prospects and customers, and that will help them grow their business. The reality is it's more than prospects and customers that help you grow your business, and it's more than salespeople that touch those people. So at Nimble, we have editors, analysts, bloggers, influencers, third-party developers, investors, advisors, and prospects and customers of various types. And the team members in sales, marketing, customer service, accounting, PR, and biz dev all touch them. In most companies, those are separate databases, separate spreadsheets, and nobody's on one page with each other. I think the future of business is a relationship platform that builds itself, keeps everybody on one page, and then you can take it with you everywhere you go, because I don't care how much technology you put in any kind of CRM or contact tool, you'll never duplicate the user experience of all the different networks that are out there or be able to keep up with the exploding number of networks. And so what I love about Nimble is I could hover on a name in Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and AngelList and Crunchbase and Quora and Google+, in Instagram, or even in a business app. So if your company gives you a CRM to work in, like Salesforce or Sugar or Microsoft or whatever, you can bring your network to work with you and put it to work on behalf of your business goals at your company. The reality is every business person has a golden Rolodex and they don't put it in the company database. Imagine if you could bring your network with you everywhere you go. That's effing powerful.
And that's the beauty of Chrome and this extension that you guys, whether I'm on my laptop, whether I'm on my, my home computer, whether I'm on my tablets, I can access this off of Gmail. Well, not my tablets, but I have one of those laptop tablet things that does the thing there. So I can access it on there, and it's almost across all the boundaries and who I'm talking to and what's going on and everything else. I love it, and I was playing with it yesterday and this morning. I think it'll suggest contacts to me that, hey, is this that person that you're talking to? Is this that person? And it's pretty good about collecting them. It's collected all my bloody accounts that I have, and it's pretty crazy how all this information. And like right now, I can look at your profile. Let me see if I can capture some of this. I'm gonna have to. I've got some other stuff that's. What did I just do wrong here? Let's see if I can do share here, and I'll pull up your thing if I still know how to do this. And so here I have got a screen share on my Gmail account, and so I don't know if you can see this very well. Can you see this, John?
Perfectly.
Okay, so over here on the right is how this Google extension integrates with the. It knows that I'm in an email right now with John, that I'm having some sort of discussion with him. It shows that there's a lot of his links here, his Facebook accounts, Twitter accounts, even his clout thing. Looks like I got his Plancast, his Venmo, his Pinterest, his Quora, his Blogger, his. Geez, I'm stalking you. I had no idea. Shows a few different things here. Google Plus, and then of course it shows me where he's working. Here's it shows you follow me. It gives me your profile, how many followers, following, favorites you have, tweets you have. Shows a smart summary of your thing. I think this comes in from LinkedIn. Match keywords. I can even see your screen here. I'll get your contact information. His number is 8675309 for those who want to call anytime.
You know, it's also new in this version. Go up to the top and and click in my name again. There we go. And click on the nimble.com. No, go back. Go back.
Okay.
Click down below where it says Nimble right there.
Okay.
Okay. Now click yes where it says company suggestion.
Okay.
Nimble populates company information now as well. So essentially, we not only have insights on people, but business as well. So go to a website right now like AT&T. Go to that one, HTC one there, the right there on the left, the HTC One M9. That's AT&T site. Now basically hit the Nimble button.
Let's see. How do I hit the Nimble button?
It's a button up on the right next to Flipboard, flip, whatever. Right there.
There we go. Oh, wow.
You can Nimble anything, anywhere, and get insights on them instantly.
Wow. So you can totally know what they're about, what their stock symbol is, bios, details, Crunchbase, AngelList. Why is AT&T on AngelList? Maybe they're buying stuff. Wow, this is pretty cool, man. It's pretty neato.
So I
can add them to Nimble as a profile.
If you want a tour, if you want to give me the screen real quick, I'll show you my screen and and give you a quick little tour of what we built. So let me know when you can see my screen here.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Is my screen bigger than your screen? I don't know. All right. So yeah, Brian Kramer, good friend of mine, great guy.
Okay. So the cool thing that Nimble does is it automatically builds a database for you from the data that's already in your business. Most of us have contacts, calendar activities, and communications. And what Nimble does is it links all that together because today your contacts don't have any context. When was the last time I met or spoke with them? What is happening next? Who on my team has done what? And if you want to see that information, you got to go to your inbox, But the problem is that in your email, you don't have any data on these people. And you might have this old plugin called Reportive, but it basically gives you his LinkedIn connection. It doesn't give you the full information about who the guy is, allows you to see information on his company, allows you to see all the history of communication that you and your team have ever had with him and interact with that, allow you to see what he has said about you, your team, and your brand, and thank him, and give you the ability to walk in his digital footprint and add value to his conversation so that the next time you do reach out, it's a warm call rather than a cold call. And so these are all the things that you're taught as a business person today, is that you need to understand who somebody is, what their business is about, and then connect and stay top of mind. The problem is that you do that in your email, in your calendar, in your contacts, and then across all these different networks where you're building your brand and building these relationships, and it's hard to manage them. And wherever you are, you could literally Nimble them, and Nimble will pop up and know who the person is because it's aware of the underlying page. And wherever I am, I basically can pop Nimble up, and Nimble will auto-magically, you like that? Auto-magically build a record from the underlying information, add information on top, and you can add them to your database in one click. Look at the rich information that Nimble can build on anyone, anywhere. So basically, when I'm sitting inside of my networks and somebody is talking to me or about me, I simply hover to discover and click to connect on anyone, anywheres, and Nimble will bring up their record. And if they're in my Nimble database, and if they're not, Nimble will build a live profile on anyone, anywheres. And that's simply, magic. So basically now, look at that, Chris, that is one record built on a guy. I'm hovering on this guy's name inside of my stream here. And this literally works anywhere as you are. So I could be inside of Hootsuite and or even Quora and hover on a name, and basically Nimble will give me the details that I need to be effective. And that's fun, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so this literally works anywhere, as I could be inside of my company's tools that they give me. Here's an example of Salesforce, and Nimble has given me the details I need on this person. I could be inside of any app. Here's an analyst from Gartner, and I want to basically connect with her. The thing is, if I'm going to comment on this to this person here, wouldn't it be important for me to understand the context of our relationship, the history of our communication? So when I do engage with her, I have the context to who we are, what the relationship is about. And so basically, Nimble automatically builds your database by bringing in your activities, your messages, your contacts, and linking in all the signals of the interactions that you're driving through the content that you're sharing. And then what happens is we allow you to now take that data with you anywheres. So even if I'm in LinkedIn and somebody is talking to me or about me, I can Nimble them. Nimble's going to become a verb. And then not only can I then see who they are, but more importantly, I can take action, because the insights without action is just more noise. So if this guy got a new job, I could see who he is before that. And then I can when I comment or comment on his stuff, I have the awareness of what the history of the relationship is. What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah. You got to love it. It's just, it's mind-blowingly fast, too. It's like right there. Boom. There you information.
I believe speed is a feature. And so Nimble actually is faster than Goldmine was, which is mind-blowing, right? So that's my former company, Goldmine. Nimble's faster than Goldmine. So basically, I'm sitting here looking at this guy who's basically looked at my profile, and I could easily go in and see the context to the relationship and know what I need to do. And that's somebody that's in my database. If they're not in my database, Nimble will build a record on the fly in seconds from anywhere as I am. I don't have to lift a finger anymore. Nimble essentially builds these records automatically for me. And I'm going to give you another use case. So here I am inside of my Facebook. Somebody's trying to connect with me and friend me. And you know what? How many of these do you get on a regular basis? And some of these people you don't really know.
5 trillion.
And so,
I should be using this more on this thing. Holy crap. I got like thousands of people I need.
So now I could go in here and I can see, yeah, you know what? Laura Monroe's the head of industry engagement and social media Inman, which is the #1 site for information for realtors, which are a big adopter of Nimble. And guess what? Boom. Yes, ma'am. I'd love to connect and learn more about you. Or I'm sitting here looking at this guy, Chris Voss. Is that a hamburger, Chris?
Yeah, that's a hamburger.
Did you know that people connect to people like themselves?
Yeah, I kind of figured that. That's why people like me.
And so basically, if I want to, I can network off your network. And if I didn't already know Tanya, I can connect with her. So here is this gal or the guy, Lucien. So I don't know Lucien, but Nimble does. I hovered on his name. It's a him, right?
Dude, this is so awesome. I'm so stupid. I haven't been using my Facebook friend requests. I feel like an idiot.
So this isn't a friend request. I'm just hovering on a name right now. And look at that. Nimble basically gave me the record on the fly.
Cool.
Insights on people.
I get all my friend requests now.
So if I'm
awesome.
in here and I'm looking at people talking to me or about me, Nimble them. And Nimble will basically give you the insights necessary for you to engage intelligently and effectively everywhere you go. This is going to change the way people engage.
That is awesome. Dude, I got to start using that for my Facebook friend requests. I have like thousands of them. Scoble probably has a thousands of them. And I constantly write on my Facebook. I'm like, hey man, if you've sent me a friend request, can you know who you are and why you want to be a friend of mine? Because I can't tell Facebook, I get all sorts of weird stuff from the Middle East of people. I have no idea who they are. And Facebook hookers, good looking girls are like, hey, I know I'm good looking. I get a lot of that. And this is a great way for me to finally go through all those and vet them properly. Because I don't know why. People follow me and they don't tell me why. And I'm like, every now and then somebody will write me a nice little letter and say, hey, they'll say, hey, there's your thing. Hey, can you hang on for 1 second, John?
You bet.
Hang on.
So while Chris is gone, I'll just keep demoing to you guys because I think you might dig this. I'm in a Forbes article and somebody is writing about something that's similar to my products about. And what I might want to do is connect with that editor. Nimble enables me to hover on any name, anywheres, and Nimble will give me insights on any one and enable me to then go ahead and reach out and connect in an authentic and relevant way. This literally changes the way you engage, because now instead of Googling somebody and having to go log that in a CRM database, which nobody wants to do, what you can do is use one of the most intelligent platforms out there. So Nimble is #1 in sales intelligence. It's #1 in CRM, and essentially has been rated at the top of satisfaction of all the business software out there by over 30,000 customers like you guys. And so we're really excited that digital agencies like Brian Kramer run their agency on Nimble. And I think that you'd be stupid not to use a smart contact app everywhere you work, because nobody wants to Google people. Nobody wants to go to their contact tool to look people up. You should be nimbling people. And
totally. This thing is useful in being able to know what everyone's doing. And if you're in sales, I mean, this is just, it's so important. I used to work the sales business the old fashioned way. Well, in the old world where, you'd have to get through the gatekeeper and it would be hard to get people on the phone. And right away, you'd have to try, and if you did get them ever on the phone, you have to suddenly build rapport with someone you had no idea who they were. And, now you can kind of get an idea of where people are at or what they're doing. Like an instance, I've been complaining. I don't know if about 10 days ago, I was complaining about moving and the hell I was going through for moving. And there's a couple of people who wrote me and pitched me while I was going through this. And it's like, do you want to, maybe you should read my social media I'm going through right now to know that maybe this isn't a good time to pitch me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's your job to do your homework before you reach out and connect to any other human being. Learn about them and their business so that when you do connect, you can do the human thing. Build a relationship. Share what you have in common. Develop intimacy. Earn their trust. And then show them how you can help them grow. Because I think that that's what we're here on the planet to do, is to grow our souls and help other people grow theirs. And if you understand who somebody is about, if you passionately listen to them, you'll find opportunities to serve them. And ultimately, the more people you help grow, Chris, guess what? The more you grow. The more you grow, man. Don't talk about the money. It ain't about the money. You know what? You ever walk through a graveyard?
Well, yeah.
Have you ever seen on a gravestone, made $1 million?
I'm going to have a headstone where it's going to, like, the $1 million is going to be in this case, and you'll be able to see it. It'll be like really fit on.
They say beloved friend, loving father, husband, right? Contributor to the community. And so ultimately, the more you don't have to do the hard work, the heavy lifting of looking up and logging and going to the database, and they have something that actually helps you, I think the more you can have fun. And you know what? Relationships are fun. Chris, the reason why you and I are on the radio today is because we have a relationship. We have fun together. We dig each other, and we just happen to basically support each other in the business things that we're doing too.
Yeah.
And so that's a natural way of business, but I just think it's kind of hard to do in 6 different tabs in your browsers and 3 different apps on your desktop. Your desktop looks like mine, Chris. It's like, I don't know how many gigs.
Yours is worse. You got more tabs open. Holy crap. You got like, geez, wow. I thought I was out of control. I try and keep it about 10, maybe 8. But no, you're right. I mean, building relationships is so important. Social ability is so important. Knowing what's going on in people's lives, especially if you're going to pitch them, is important. Where they're at. I've been with friends that get pitched a lot for startups and business deals and PR stuff. And we'll be busy at an event, deep in the event. We're on the event, we're broadcasting from event, and they're getting calls from people that have no idea that they're interrupting something, which means they're going to get shot down right away. And so being able to do the background research and also to be able to build a rapport is one of the things that so many people just don't get in sales. The rapport element of being able to find commonality, build on that commonality, inquire in that commonality is so important because these people that come at us on the same thing, you get people that pitch you stuff and they just come right cold and pitch you hard. And you're just like, can you kiss me first before you try and have sex with me?
And Chris, you're so easy because
right?
If I wanted to connect with you, here's some tips to anybody listening who wants to connect with Chris. Okay. Chris is a fun-loving guy, loves people, loves food, loves photography, loves toys, loves good-looking girls. And so if you can relate to any of that, you can connect to Chris. And so if you want to actually get on Chris's show, what you do is you don't cold call him. You warm call him. You begin to listen to his voice, walk in his digital footprint, add value to his conversation, share his stuff, comment on his stuff, connect on areas of commonality. And guess what? You won't have to reach out. Chris will reach out to you because he's starting to dig you. And that's what business is.
You should put that in a book, John, because so many people do not get that. Like I had somebody write me the other day and just blasted it out. And he did it to Joel Kahn, my friend, the other day too. He writes on Facebook and he goes, add me as a friend. And you're like, who are you and why? And it's some guy from, Timbuktu, Middle East somewhere. I have no idea who the guy is. And he just demanded that as a friend. And you're like, no, you get to know me socially and what I'm about. And, and the other way you can circles, John, is if you send me burgers.
Burgers. Chris, did you know I make one of the meanest, baddest ass burgers in the world? You got to come to my home and let me cook for you.
I do. I want to come to your home and get the stuff that I love at my favorite Mexican restaurant that you have really good. It's the pork with the green chili. Chili
verde.
Chili verde. Chili verde on
Yeah, Facebook. You got to make that with fresh tomatillos.
Oh, geez. Killing me.
And so let me cook for you, because the quickest way to Chris Voss's heart is through his belly.
There's a lot of heart right here. There's big.
Did you know that my secret recipe for burgers came from my Mama Rose?
Yeah.
So my Mama Rose was born in Sicily, and she used to have this restaurant in the hills above Palermo, a town called San Cataldo. And my dad was born there. My aunts and uncles were born there, and everybody in my family cooks, especially the men. So I was born around food. And when I went to Mama Rosa's house, and she was maybe 4'6". I mean, she was just this tiny woman, but she was massively just big in my life, right? She'd always have sauce cooking and meatballs and sausage in the sauce. You walk into this home, it smells like sauce, and she always said, "Manja, manja," right? And she gets you by the cheek. Yeah. And when I sat down and ate her meatballs, it was like,
oh, wow.
And so she taught me how to make the meatballs. And what I do is I take a variation of that recipe and I make hamburgers out of it. And then I cook them in a Le Creuset cast iron pan with the grills on it, right? So you get those at like Sur La Table. By the way, they're on sale right now for $99, spring sale. Stop and go buy one. There's nothing like cooking meat in a cast iron pan. Anyways, I cook it about 3 to 4 minutes each side, and it comes out just sort of black grilled on each side, and they're juicy. And then I get these brioche buns from Bristol Farms, and I basically get horseradish mayonnaise. I put it on both sides, and I put a little bit of fresh guacamole on there, and some tomato and lettuce. And I'll tell you, Chris, you've never had anything like it. So you got to come to John's Burger Barn and
man.
Burger, and I'll make you one of my famous jalapeno cucumber margaritas. I'll tell you what, Robert Scoble had a few of those the last time he was here. Him and Mary Ann and his family enjoyed a barbecue, and I'm extending that to you.
All right, man. We got to do it. We should have a big birthday bash for you, like we have with Scoble, where we do like a big thing. We get a bunch of people together and we break laws.
That motorhome thing kind of scared the shit out of me. Just saying.
That was
what's going on in there. It was straight out of oh God, what is that movie? Animal House.
Yeah, those you couldn't see from one side of the mobile home to the next side of the mobile home.
Yeah,
it's like everyone coming to my door this morning. Everyone's coming to my door. The FedEx guy came.
All right.
Now someone else is at my door.
I think that's our signal.
What the hell? No one ever bothers me except when I'm on a podcast, I guess.
Chris, you got anything else to share today?
No, I think the Nimble extension is awesome. I think it's pretty darn cool, and I think whoever this is really intent on the door. So we'll wrap up the thing here. Go check out Jon Ferrara and .com. That's Nimble.com, and I love the product. I've been using it for like 3 or 4 years, or 4 years, or something like that now. So be sure to check it out. Thanks for coming by, John.
Chris, thank you for inviting me. Always good time connecting. Go get your door. Maybe it's a new toy. If they send you 2, send me 1. Because you know what? I'm a gadget guy. You ever see that movie, The Gadget Guy? Really funny. Anyways, Johnny Man, the gadget guy. See you, Chris. Thank you.
Cool, man. Sounds good, buddy.